Don't worry, don't fret. I think we found an outlet. We're gonna keep it real with you. P.Rod and Lady Ree. After church with P.Rod and Lady Ree.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is After Church with Pastor Rod. I'm here with my wife, Lady Ree. Holla at Lady Ree.
What's up, everybody?
We're just kind of chilling this late one Saturday night. It's been a long weekend. Been a tough day here in our community, but it's been an interesting weekend because we just moved into a moment. I had just a kind of flashback, man, of how it started. My son's getting ready to graduate from high school this year, and this is yet still another miracle. And I remember having a dream when we were coming, waiting on him to be born. Of just him being born, and I was so excited about him being born. I saw him as a child, I saw him as a little baby, and all that. And then all of a sudden, God gave me another dream sometime down the road, and I saw him as a growing up child, growing up man, and it gave me confirmation that I wasn't gonna just have the miracle, I was gonna live the miracle. And so, just moving into a graduation at this moment, this is pretty serious. So we just kind of want to give you a little insight into our mindset on that, baby. How you feel about this moment, man? Your son's getting ready to graduate. What's up?
This time does take you back where it all started, and it makes you really, really relish the moments you've had together when you see that time is really, really ticking and it's getting shorter and shorter. That's kind of the mindset you're in when your child becomes a senior, because you see one phase of their life coming to closure. I remember also waiting for Zach to be born, who was our firstborn, and it was just an exciting time. And at the same time, it was kind of leery because we just didn't know when that time would happen. But when it did, we were very cautious, we were very careful to make sure the miracle that God trusted us with would come forth. He came forth, and to see him grow up into the young man he is becoming, it's just good to see. But it's also, just Friday, he took his senior pictures, so it really sets in that this year is unfolding and time is ticking, and he is becoming a man that's moving into the next phase of his life. So the reins and everything we've had on him thus far is slowly slipping away, and it just makes me feel real interesting to make sure to capitalize on every point in this year. So now senior pictures, then college, then just the different phases that come in this year, and it really makes you really want to capture every moment.
But it's pretty deep because we're still sitting in the middle of a pandemic. That's what's so unusual about this moment. It's just like, really, the virus is here. School is different this year. This is his senior year, but he's actually not going to go to the actual face-to-face learning. He's going to do virtual learning while he's taking college courses at the same time. And so when you start to think about everything that's going on and all of the kids and all of the people that have been affected, this even has more significance to know that God put us in this place. And we're raising kids, man. We got our daughter, we got our grandson, we're raising kids. And it's different, man. It's very different. Knowing that, you have to follow the leading of the Spirit, but at the same time, it's an everyday life where in the midst of everything that's going on, you're trying to protect life. You're also trying to be pastors. You're trying to make sure that they get the right things, get the right advice. And I know people all over this city and all over this state and community, all with a level of concern because our kids are going back to school in just a couple of weeks, and none of us are very comfortable with going through the pandemic, and we don't think it's time. And this is the moment now where we got to trust God on a different level. But I want to be real about it. There's a level of trepidation going in because you don't want to see anybody sick. You don't want to see anybody bring anything home to mamas and grandparents, but that's where we are. And then the impact on their senior year, on his senior year, and all of the kids that are part of that class, they're not going to see each other like, we had fun in our senior year. We just kind of hung out. We looked for things to do, and we knew it was coming to a close. So the 12th grade was a big time year, and here we are in a different place, man. How do you handle that? What's your inside thoughts? We hadn't even talked about this. What's your inside thoughts about how much difference it's really going to be?
This year never comes back. You only live it once in a lifetime, so you want to make sure you experience everything you can, considering for most people this is the last time you're really under mom and dad. So you want to see your friends, you want to hang out, you want to go to have senior parties, you want them to go to the prom, you want them to have senior skip day. Just all the things you try to do.
I ain't skipping day. I ain't gonna skip
Just
my
the whole, all that comes with just being the oldest person in the school system and being able to just do and have privileges that you may not have had up to this time. So, and then a basketball player being a first, what is it, off the
He all region first team.
no, not coming off the bench, but being the starter of your basketball team. You just want him to experience everything he worked so hard for. So it does make you question and just really just ask God to just lead you in wisdom and how to handle this year. So it'll be a year you remember, but it'll be positive things you remember about this year, not just all the bad things that happened. With social injustice and the COVID-19 and just all the things that's just coming at us in the most recent times. We want him to have a reflection on his senior year that is one he can be proud of and know that he was able to capture the moments that were special to him.
Well, one thing about it, I mean, there's the negativity that comes with it, but at the same time, I mean, our God doesn't make any mistakes, and so we're here because He knew we would be here, and He knew that our children could handle it. It's not just that; it's like women and single parents and families today are having struggles because they don't know what to do. I mean, this is the time in your life when you got to trust God more than you've ever trusted in your life, and as just human beings. I don't mean as believers, as human beings going into unknowns all but every day and not necessarily knowing. That's where you have to shift your entire mindset and make sure that your prayer life is still strong. You have to make sure that you just, what you should have always done in the first place, you turn it over to God. We have to trust Him with all we got. So when our kids go to school or when they go to the different situations, especially if you're listening to us right now, when you're struggling, you're like, man, my son has to stay home with my daughter, and I have to work, and I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Yes.
Here's the deal, man. You just got to trust God. That's what we have to do. It doesn't make any difference whether you're a pastor or whether you whatever title it is. We're human. We have. That's why we call this after church. There are real emotions that come with this.
Yes,
real emotions gonna come with his graduation. Real emotions gonna come with all the different changes that are going on. There's real stuff going on.
Yes.
And so at the same time, while we're walking in faith, we do realize that it's a real world and we're challenging on every side. But I want to encourage you, like we have to encourage each other, man. We're going to make this, and it's going to be good. And God would not have chosen us to be in this moment if it wasn't a real moment for all of us to be able to handle. And I know there have been losses in this moment, and people have gone through different things. But I'm telling you that God has not forgotten us, and I'm also telling you that we're coming through it all. And I want to talk to a single parent or to someone, to a family who's having issues. If you hear this, man, just understand this. Every day, just ask the Lord to cover you. Every day, just tell God, I need your help, because there is a level of fear in me. There is some things going on. I didn't want my kids to be going through this. I didn't want to be going through this, but we're here now. I preached the other day, we're here now. So complaining is past tense. We got to go through it, but that's not going to change the emotions that we have. As he graduates, and thank God, there's some plans for him in the future, and my daughter is moving through the same matriculations. But understanding that you have to treasure every moment. We always talk about this. Time is a gift from God. And with that time, you have to multiply and treasure every single moment. And so we're here on the late Saturday night. My kids are shooting videos, and we're sitting here doing this podcast and just thinking, 17, 18 years ago, we were still trusting and believing God. Mm-hmm. But here we are. 17, 18 years later, and we see the manifestations of the greatness and the goodness of God. How good is God? So you just always hold on to the promises that God gave you. Everything's going to be all right. You want to give them a little closing word?
Yes, God has groomed us for this moment. And just as Pastor Rod said, we got to trust God. Just as we've trusted Him before, God has, everything is in His control. This is not a surprise. This didn't just come up on Him. So God knows exactly what is supposed to happen. We just got to lean and trust and depend on Him and see through His eyes and just capitalize on the positive things that are happening. Our families are closer as a result of what we're coming through. We understand and treasure our relationships and just really, really capitalize on telling each other and demonstrating to each other that you love your family and you appreciate them and your friends, and your extended family. So just take this moment and time to extend and express your love in all the ways that you may not have up to this point and up to this time. And know that God is still in control of everything.
That's powerful. Now for the fellas out there, it's a pretty good time of the year. Finally, we got the restart of the NBA.
Yes.
And we got a little football, act like it wants to come in, and baseball, man, I ain't studying braids or whatever. But you know what? At least we have something else that's, kind of breaking the monotony, and we're real sports fans around here.
Yes.
And we're pulling for LeBron because that's my dude. But he's gonna need to come on through because it's looking a little rough right now.
Yeah.
But at least there's something else in the plan. There's something else to watch. I mean, we got church. We do what we do. We had the drive-in service last week, and we enjoy our families, and we can recreate. And please continue to exercise and do all that you do. But thank God we get to have a little bit of sports to change our mindsets. And so you got to find something in your life that will change your whole mindset. If it ain't sports, if it's reading, if it's just hanging out, or it's playing some spades, do something to make your life a little bit better in this moment. And know this, that God is in total control, and we're not missing anything. If He didn't want us here, we wouldn't be here. But we're here. That means we have to prosper in this moment. So that's this version of After Church. Is late one Saturday night. I hope you enjoy it. Congratulations to all of our graduates and all the kids who are going back to school. It's going to be a great year. We're going to pray for y'all on the 17th. All of our kids, so that you have a safe and a prosperous journey this year. But have a great night, everybody. Love on each other, hang out, have a good time, and go Lakers.